the graphic from last year alone, right? 2023. Now, I didn't even put the names. I just want y'all to look at this and be like, okay, which is which? I'm not sitting here to say that these numbers are even better for Goff because from a per game basis, they're technically not. In terms of total yard, touchdowns per game, they're not. But man, they are close. And the gap of 14 is disrespectful. All right. Let's look on the left here. 4,100 yards. That's career high. 975 rushing yards. Now, someone needs to explain to me, why does rushing yards get more value than passing yards? Am I missing something? No. Straight out. We're just going raw numbers here because they brought up raw numbers for Lamar Jackson. Explain to me why rushing yards matters more than passing yards. Really curious because it seems that if I take a season where he had 4,000 passing yards, which was his best, and I say that he's incredible as a runner, look at those yards, which they are incredible. But yet when I add them together, they're still less than Jared Goff's. How does that make sense? I'm going to start with that. Now, as a passer, obviously Goff has the nod in all the categories. Completion percentage, adjusted completion percentage, touchdown to interception ratio, that may go to Lamar statistically. Goff more touchdowns, a couple more interceptions, more pass attempts as well, but at a higher efficiency. Lower big time throw rate, 3.3% versus his 4.7, but also a lower turnover worthy rate. So that goes in Goff's thing. And then total yards, because he played 2 more games, Goff hits him in both categories. In terms of per game stats, there you go. Lamar Jackson has the slight edge. 271 versus 282. I gave him 11 yards more a game. All right. And then touchdowns. Slight edge to Lamar. So just want to start with that. Now, if we look at a larger sample size, this is what I put together before last season. And I basically did the exact same thing. I took their records, completion percentage, obviously Goff's yards by far. Yards. Look at that. Goff averages per season. He was averaging 900 more total yards. 900 more total yards in a season. And that's including rushing and passing. So obviously Lamar has the nod there because that's his style of play. That's his style of play, right? Not gonna get that. I understand that. And it's not me sitting here saying, well, hold up. Jared Goff is just straight up better than Lamar. Not even making that argument. All I'm saying is there can't be this massive gap and you give one guy this elite label and you give the other guy, he's a melting pot quarterback. When you look at it, and again, this was just last season, right? And even on the bottom, I put their defensive ranks. Look how they rank defensively. Second, 19th, third. Lions, 20th, 17th, first. In the last 2 years, it was 31st and 29th. Won 9 games. What was the line? Can we update this real quick? I should have updated this. I'm going to win points per game, I'm assuming. So I'm just going to use that same thing just to kind of see, because I don't even know where he ranked. I assume it was a lot better last season. Lions last season, points per game were 23rd in the NFL. 23rd. Baltimore Ravens last season, points per game, number 1 in the NFL. So Baltimore gives up 16.5 points per game. We give up 23. Touchdown more.
I also think it's worth noting the cap difference as well, because you can give some credit to Lamar rushing the football. Potentially that could help their defense. I don't necessarily doubt that. And as I talk about other times in this podcast episode, so definitely go worth checking out the full thing because we break down different quarterbacks when we talk through this entire article, that Lamar Jackson's impact of completely just changing an offense is true. It's a value. He changes your offense, almost like Tyreek Hill as a receiver. Play them completely differently because you have to deal with Lamar Jackson. That being said, though, you also take into account the cap number, the cap percentage that Goff took. Not only was it rare to see what Goff was able to do last season with that high of a cap hit outside of Mahomes, guys don't do that, but it's also still much higher from what we've seen so far, the sample size we have, than Lamar Jackson, and they essentially had the exact same result on the season.